Okay folks, I tied you, done a wee video there on the Bourrach fly. This is the orange version, so this is called the orange Bourrach. The hook and the vise is a size 12 partridge patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So I'm simply just going to come in and get the thread started behind the eye of the hook. Run a few turns of thread on and remove the waist tag. Now the tag and the rib on the fly is going to be an oval silver tinsel in size 14. So I'm just going to come in and take a length of that off. Now I just like to tie in my oval silver tinsel underneath the hook, but you tie yours in the way you like. A couple of turns to catch the oval silver tinsel in, bring it in underneath the hook, and then I'm just going to run my thread down tying this in. Now I like to bring my thread down until it's slight, once I let the bobbin go, slightly past the point of the hook, and then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create my tag, and on the 5th turn bring it up, and in between the 2 hooks come around with a turn to hold. Now I'm going to run my thread on up, keeping the oval silver tinsel in underneath the hook shank. Doesn't want to stay in underneath, but get it to stay in underneath. Just be patient, take your time, get it to run up and stay in underneath. Now when you get to this point, just fold the oval silver tinsel back and bring your thread back down, tying it in, and that'll be your rib. Bring the thread down, tied up against the tag. Let's put this into the material clip just to hold it. Now on the original pattern it's yellow cock fibres that's used for the tail. I'm just going to use swan. This is just a swan feather, sorry, apologies, a goose feather dyed yellow. Now I'm just going to bring a strip up, get the tips to line up, just remove them from the stem. Now I just want this the length of the body over the back. We'll come in with a pinch and loop and a couple of turns to hold it all, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to come in and just trim this the length of the body. The body itself is going to be the gold and silver mylar, uni mylar in size 12. Now I've got a length off here, so I want the silver side, so I'm going to tie it in with the gold side facing myself, and then I'm just going to come round with my turns of thread, bring this up the body. Now I want to try and keep the body as level as I can and try and not have any lumps and bumps in the body. So just take your time and run your thread up to there nice and tight. Then you can come around with your tinsel. You want to get one nice clean turn onto the back to the tail, and then you're just looking one turn slightly overlapping the other. Bring it up the body nice and tight up to there, follow it around with the thread, one turn to hold, a couple of turns will secure that in, and then come in and trim away the excess. Then we can bring up a rib. You can 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel on the body's plenty. Up to there, bring it up, follow it across with your thread, get one turn in to hold, a couple of turns to secure, come in, remove the excess. Now we'll just get a bit of thread down here at the front, and we'll come back up and get our thread into position for our wing. Now the wing on the fly can be long orange bucktail or squirrel tail. So this pattern here, like the Bourrach that I tied, the original patterns require you to tie the wing long, but I don't like a long wing in my flies, so I'm going to use grey squirrel tail dyed orange. Now I'm just going to bring out a pinch from the tail, come in, trim it away. All the rubbish at the bottom, just come in, remove it, because I'm going to stack this. Just going to come in, get off of the tips into the hair stacker, tips first. Give us a rattle on the desk. All the tips have lined up. Just take it out of the hair stacker. Now, like I say, you can tie it long. That's the way the pattern requires it, but you can have it long. But I just don't like my tails long or my wings long. So what I like to do is come in, get a measurement of the squirrel coming halfway into the tail. Just hold it there on my finger and thumb. Come in with my scissors. Trim away the excess over at the bin. Right, get your squirrel as close to the shank of the hook as you can. Then I'm going to come around with a pinching loop and another, just to get it to hold. Sometimes it takes a couple just to hold it in place. Then nice tight turns. Right, the hook is moved on me, so I'm just going to bring it back up. So it's now. Just tighten up. Now, squirrel has a tendency to pull out. So I'm just going to put a wee drop of super glue onto the thread. And just bring this down over the cut ends of the squirrel. Just to secure it in. Now, the original pattern, like the other fly that I tagged, doesn't have a flash in the wing, but I'm just going to put 2 strands of orange micro flash into the wing. I'll just take these off. Just going to square off the ends here. Offer this up to the hook, just like a strand down each side. Around with a pinching loop, a couple of turns, fold back the excess, and then just bring your thread back up over the top of the flash. Now, just get the longer parts of the flash, bring them out from the wing. Just want to cut the longer pieces off, come in and trim away. Flash is too long, just come in and trim it to the length that you like. Now there's a throat hackle on the fly, and it can be a blue cock hackle. I'm just using a light blue hen. So I'm just going to come in and take one of the larger feathers from the back, strip off the rubbish, bring the feathers out from the stem. I'm just going to take a couple of pinches of the hen hackle. Then I'm just going to offer this in. Just want to get it lined up a wee bit better than that. So it's a bit better. Just going to offer it in underneath the shank of the hook. Come around with a pinching loop up the way. A couple of tight turns just to hold it in position. And I like to spin the vise round, see what way I'm sitting, and just tighten up. Once I'm happy, I'll put in a couple of turns just to tighten everything up, and then I'll come in with my scissors and just trim away the excess. Take my time. Now, just want to take my time here and just make sure I tie in the hen hackle nice and securely. Bring my thread back round the vise, and just build up my head at this point. Just getting a nice neat head on the fly. There. Now, just come in with your whip finishing tool and just do in a whip finish. Now, like I said throughout this video, traditionally on this fly here, the Bourrach, the wings are long, really long wings on them. I just don't like a long wing, but if you like a long wing, you tie it that way. Now, just to seal the head up, just going to come in with some super glue first onto the head, right the whole way right round Don't want to get into your hackle or under your wing. And then once that's dried, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal everything up. So it's just a slight variant on the fly. Tie a few up and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.